We have an excellent question for today's video. It's about when we use difficulty, singular, and when we use difficulties, plural. I'm going to explain this and also teach you a number of collocations, typical combinations of words, to expand your vocabulary when it comes to common expressions.
Hi, and welcome to the Espresso English podcast, where you can improve your English in just a few minutes a day. My name is Shayna, and I'm the teacher at Espresso English. Make sure to visit the website espressoenglish.net, where you can get online courses and ebooks that will help you learn English even faster. Let's get started with today's lesson.
Learning collocations improves your English fluency because instead of trying to put a sentence together word by word, trying to think which verb goes with this noun or which adjective sounds more natural, you'll already know combinations of words that go together. My ebook, 1000 Collocations in 10 Minutes a Day, makes learning collocations quick and easy. It has 50 short lessons, 50 quizzes, and comes with audio as well. Click on the link under this video to learn more about 1000 Collocations in 10 Minutes a Day. And if you're ready for something a little more advanced, then try my Advanced Vocabulary and Collocations course. Now let's take a look at difficulty versus difficulties. We typically use difficulty, singular, when we're talking about one thing being hard, being difficult in general. And we use difficulties, plural, when we're talking about a collection of multiple problems. So look at the contrast between these sentences. Many English learners have difficulty understanding movies without subtitles, so it's hard. People who are disabled face many difficulties in daily life. Here we've got multiple difficulties. Transportation is hard, discrimination, taking care of oneself can present challenges, etc. She lifted the heavy suitcase with difficulty. So, one thing, lifting the suitcase was hard. I told the therapist about the difficulties in my marriage. So now we've got various hard things, maybe trust issues, communication problems, jealousy, etc. That's the basic difference. Now let's learn some collocations. With difficulty, singular, the most common verb to use is have. We typically say have difficulty or have some difficulty or not have any difficulty. But don't say have a difficulty. For example, I had some difficulty fixing the bicycle, meaning it was hard. She didn't have any difficulty making friends at school, meaning it wasn't hard, it was easy. When it comes to difficulties, we usually don't say big or large difficulties. Instead, you can say great difficulties or enormous difficulties for an even greater emphasis. You can also say major difficulties, serious difficulties, to describe difficulties that are strong. And if the difficulties are so big that they can't be overcome, those are insurmountable difficulties. For example, the program was canceled due to insurmountable difficulties during implementation. This means the difficulties were so great it was impossible to proceed. Another collocation is to talk about the difficulties inherent in something. Inherent means that something is a necessary part of something else. For example, the surgeon was aware of the difficulties inherent in such an experimental operation. If an operation, a surgery, is experimental, there are going to be many difficulties that exist as a necessary part of it. It's impossible to take them out. If a situation is fraught with difficulties, it means it is completely full of difficulties. Politics is often fraught with difficulties because there are many politicians with conflicting views and they disagree and argue and work against each other. There are a number of verbs we can use when difficulties happen to you. Don't say meet difficulties. I've heard some English learners say this, but it doesn't sound natural. Instead, you can say encounter or experience difficulties, face difficulties, or run into difficulties. That's more informal. For the action you take in response, you can use two phrasal verbs, cope with or deal with difficulties. And if you take action that helps you succeed and get past the problems, then you have overcome the difficulties. Well, I hope my lessons are helping you overcome the difficulties involved in learning English. That's my goal, to help you go from, I'm not sure if my English is correct, to, yes, I understand English and can use it confidently. So to take the next step in learning English with me, I recommend getting the 1000 Collocations ebook. It's one of my most popular ones. More than 15,000 students have read and enjoyed it over the years I've been teaching English. Download your copy today by visiting espressoenglish.net. And you can also see my courses there, including advanced vocabulary and collocations. Your action step for the day is to write a couple sentences using the words difficulty and difficulties using some of the collocations you learned. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
If you want more great English lessons, visit espressoenglish.net, where you can sign up by email to receive a free ebook with 500 plus real English phrases. You'll also find online courses to help you improve your English fast, even if you don't have much time to study. Keep practicing your English, and I hope you have a wonderful day.